G'day guys, Jason Hodges here, and I am super pumped to be talking about Sir Grange Zoysia. Now if you look at this grass here, you'd think it'd have to be two different varieties. Short and green, looking spectacular, and then some kind of long grass at the back here, but they're both the same, just maintained differently. And the best thing is, it doesn't get away from you. So if you've got a sloping, hard access area, you can plant this and never mow. If you've got the lawn that you want to show off to the neighbours, it can look like this. And there's no other lawn I know that can achieve that. Now, out of 10,000 or more grasses that have been identified around the world, this one has been chosen as the top of the pops, and for lots of good reasons. It requires a lot less nutrients, which means next to no fertiliser. Once it's established, next to no water. You can pretty much turn the tap off, and it looks spectacular. Now, it's the #1 selling zoysia in the States for good reasons, because if you're really fastidious and you want a bowling green for a lawn, you can do it with this. It'll handle shade, but if you want to forget about it and turn it off, it still stays dark green and maxes out at this height. I think the States are onto a winner, and I'm sure it's going to look great here too. Now, when it comes to shade tolerance, there's not another fine leaf grass on the market that compares. Most of them need full sun to thrive, but Sir Grange Zoysia can survive after it's been established on as little as 3 hours of sunlight a day. Drought and wear resistance. Sir Grange Zoysia is both those things, drought tolerant and wear resistant, with the littlest bit of maintenance. Now, it's important to remember, whether it be residential or commercial, to lay this on sand. Anywhere from 100 to 200 mils of sand is perfect for a nice deep root system, and that's what makes it drought tolerant. If there's an extreme summer or we're going through drought, it's quite easy to turn it around and make it look spectacular again with the littlest bit of water. And as far as wear goes, well, those root system is like a huge engine which is going to help the plant repair itself so it won't show wear and tear. Important points for Sir Grange installation. Sir Grange can take some time to get established. However, once this is achieved, the results will be very rewarding. It pays to be mindful that Sir Grange is a very slow growing lawn. Therefore, it can be a little slower to be fully established. Now, expect it to take a full growing season of warm, beautiful weather for it to get established. And in the cooler parts of the country like Victoria, and at the cooler times of the year, it might take even a little bit longer going into the next growing season. Preparation and installation. Before Sir Grange arrives, trim all your gardens and trees right back so you're not overhanging the lawn area during the establishment period. Kill off any existing vegetation using glyphosate or a similar non-selective herbicide. Install a sandy base of at least 100 mil. The deeper, the better your lawn will perform. Install the grass as soon as possible after delivery. Make sure your sprinkler can cover the lawn evenly. Installing an irrigation system is recommended. Be sure that no area holds water and the whole thing drains well. Follow the advice of your turf supplier in relation to starter fertiliser application. Please note, installing Sir Grange between May and August in cooler climates is not recommended. During the first 3 months after you've installed your lawn, it's super important to give it nice deep drinks. Now, you want to penetrate about 150 mil of the soil. And the reason why, as you can see here, it's got a very intensive root system. You want it all to grow down deep. If you splash the water around on the top, the roots are going to stay up here where the moisture is. Nice and deep, and they will grow deeper, making them more drought tolerant. Now, once you start seeing sections that are getting established, you might notice that you can still lift up spots in your lawn. Those bits are going to need a little bit more water and a little bit more TLC, but they will get there. Carefully follow your local turf supplier's recommendation when it comes to fertilising. Chances are they'll tell you very little or next to none. If you want to do it, look for something that's low or has no nitrogen, with an NPK of about 5, 5, 10. And if you're using a standard lawn fertiliser, we recommend that you use a quarter of what you'd normally use on a typical lawn. You need to water a newly established Sir Grange lawn at least 45 minutes to an hour each day for the first 3 weeks after installation, and that's during the warmer months. Then deeper watering down to about 150 millimetres every 2 to 3 days until it's fully established. After the establishment period, the hard work should be behind you and you should own a beautiful lawn. You only need to water your established Sir Grange lawn if it's looking dry or conditions are extreme. Fertiliser should be used to a minimum. Only fertilise if your lawn looks hungry or if it's losing colour. Mow your Sir Grange as needed at a height that you desire, anywhere between 5mm and uncut. Important points for irrigation of Sir Grange. If water is necessary once established, water only when you see the signs that the grass is drying out. For example, the leaves might look wilted. Do not overwater in the cooler winter months. If irrigation is needed, deeply soak the top 100 mils of soil. Water in the early morning to improve efficiency and your plant's health. Mowing. Well, the good news is Sir Grange Zoysia requires less mowing, maintenance, than other lawns. Now you can mow it at all different heights and get lots of different looks depending on where you are and how you want to use it. It was originally destined for golf courses, and so it can be mowed with a cylinder mower down as low as 5mm and get that bowling green or putting green type of surface. In the backyard at home, I'd recommend about 25 to 30mm, and I think it looks spectacular. But you could also not mow it, and it maxes out at a certain height and keeps this beautiful dark green look to it. Maintenance-free lawn. Depending on where you do it, a little bit more maintenance to go low than keep it up nice and high. The reason why it looks good at all those different heights and works well is the leaf blade's got a lot of silica in it, which gives it strength. It's beautiful to look at and it's strong. In other words, it's a little bit like me. Important points for mowing your Sir Grange. Ensure that your mower blades are sharp to prevent tearing the leaf. Never remove more than about 1/3 of the leaf blade at any one time unless you're dethatching. Dethatch in late winter just before the grass comes out of dormancy for best and fastest results. Remove clippings each time you mow to prevent thatch build-up. Now, it'll handle the shade, it'll handle full sun and thrive, it'll handle the harsh Australian summers and climate, and it'll survive a drought. A splash of water and it bounces straight back and looks spectacular. But I think the best thing about it is all the different ways you can apply it at different heights to achieve different looks. I can't wait to put some in my backyard.